Toyota has invested billions into the development of engines. When one says engines, it includes all kinds of engines: hydrogen engines and internal combustion gasoi =line petrol engines. They claim this to be the future. This bold statement of theirs has left many to scratch their heads and has also sparked heated discussions among experts. Let us dive deep into see why Toyota spends billions on engines and not on eclectic vehicles. The boom of electric vehicles is too high everywhere. Everyone is left with open mouths when new technologies rise in EVs. But Toyota has come up with a different stance. They claim that their projection for the 2030 sales suggests that less than 30% of the electric vehicles will only be sold. Now, this is quite different when compared to every other automotive industry in the world. Companies like Volvo claim that by 2026, it is only going to be EVs. There are also a number of companies that say that by 2030, 50% of their sales will be EVs. They have also taken the stand that if not 50%, it will for sure cross the limit to 60 or even 70%. So what do you think? Is it Toyota, whose sales projections are right? Or is it the rest of the automakers who claim it to be an industry overpowered by electric vehicles? Many scientists have come up and said that according to the research done, it is going to be cheaper to make an EV compared to that of an internal combustion engine by the year 2029. Now, there are some people who support Toyota and feel like its decisions are the best, and the feeling that Toyota gives is always comforting. People love their marketing techniques and feel like Toyota will always be right. Many people feel that Toyota will sell just because of their brand name. On the other hand, some analysts question Toyota's wisdom and ask whether they are unaware of how far the world has moved. The first vital argument in Toyota's position is that they think that the vast majority of people will prefer to use internal combustion engines. While successes in EV technology bring down production costs, and the prediction that by 2029, EV production will be cheaper than that of conventional engines, Toyota asserts with confidence that the sales market of EVs will be limited. Firstly, this assertion implies that Toyota trusts the durability of combustion engine vehicles. And secondly, it sheds light on Toyota's strong devotion to the technological advancement of these engines. Nevertheless, Toyota will continue to face the challenger from those who criticize their focus on internal combustion engines, while technological improvements and environmental policies are shifting the market. Amid the liberalization of regulations and broader acceptance of electric vehicles, Toyota runs the risk of getting behind the times when it fails to embrace new customer needs and directions. China, Europe, and a few states in the USA are taking the lead in the transition to electric cars, announcing a possible ban on sales of ICE vehicles, which is the clearest illustration of the shift towards electric vehicles. The company, which believes that the majority of consumers still prefer traditional vehicles, in which an internal combustion engine is still a preferred option. Despite the movement away from internal combustion engines and a survey that shows that EV manufacturing price would be cheaper than traditional engines by 2029, Toyota resolutely continues to proclaim that EV sales would be insubstantial. Such a belief indicates that Toyota still believes that the lifespan of combustion engine-powered vehicles is long, and the company ventures to enhance its production. With the intention of investing in the hydrogen engines production chain, Toyota evokes certain hesitations on its capacity to reach the product that the electric vehicles guarantee. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles may have some special benefits, but they have a tough time playing as a barrier to the infrastructure and the cost higher. As with any new technology, the future of hydrogen vehicles is in question in the market as vehicles' performances and charging station availability improve by EVs. One challenge waiting for Toyota is that many countries have begun to ban traditional vehicles. By the year, almost all countries will take the same decision of banning the entry or production of such vehicles and will heavily rely on electric vehicles. Countries in Africa have already begun banning internal combustion engines, which will drastically affect Toyota's investment in new engines. Something even more surprising is that Toyota does not have an electric vehicle production line yet, even in the year 2024. It has a production line that produces vehicles that are very different from various domains. Toyota has come up and has said that they will be focusing more on producing more internal combustion engine vehicles. They are strongly deluded that this is the future. In addition to its being led by internal combustion and hybrid engines rather than purely dedicated EVs, Toyota has also received a lot of negativity for the absence of dedicated EV production lines. Automakers such as Tesla have been extremely active in the construction of EV manufacturing facilities, whereas Toyota has adopted a more cautious approach, effectively integrating EV production into existing assembly lines. Yet this move sparks questions regarding whether Toyota is well positioned to face competition in the very quickly expanding EV markets, not to mention the ever-rising demands for EVs. Toyota has strongly claimed that whatever good the electric vehicles turn out to be, whether it be in terms of cost, power, or any other factor, people will not buy them. Or at least less than 30% will not be buying it worldwide, according to their prediction. The CEO of Toyota stated that they have invested billions in developing internal combustion engines and hydrogen combustion engines now itself, and that they are waiting for the best results to come in the future. Toyota, even as it acknowledges the challenges, continues to work with the strategy of embracing the present situation and making every effort to provide solutions for all consumers, including those who can add to the EV adoption success stories in the emerging markets, where such adoption may be slower. Apart from its belief in making choices readily available to different customers with a diverse range of needs, the firm too has invested in the innovative hybrid technology that combines the internal combustion engines with the electric powertrains. Another challenge that waits ahead for Toyota is the government in many different countries. Take, for instance, China. China is not interested in promoting internal combustion vehicles as they believe it is a problem in its big cities, and it is very hard to get registration in cities like Beijing and Shanghai. It is extremely expensive to get internal combustion engine vehicles in these places, and this turns out to be a huge challenge for Toyota. What about other places and countries? What about Europe? Countries like the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada are banning engine vehicles by the year 2035. Many other countries have opted for similar decisions. Therefore, Toyota's choice of backing on internal combustion and hydrogen engines at a time when the automotive industry is fast growing is just a big bet on the future of automotive technology. Notwithstanding the fact that there is a rising global trend towards electrification, Toyota asserts that traditional engine technologies are most likely to remain relevant to the fulfillment of the increased consumer demand. The sales forecast from Toyota for 2030 and the fact that less than 30% of its global vehicle sales will be electric are in huge contrast with the strategy of other automobile makers. At a time when competitors are speeding up the transformation towards electric vehicles, Toyota's faith in traditional engine holdings is an indication of its understanding of the reliability and allure of these offerings. But the fact that Toyota uses internal combustion technology creates certain risks for the company, such as changing the regulatory landscape and shifting consumer traits. Finding themselves in a position where a number of world countries institute bans on gasoline vehicles, Toyota is confronted with the problem of changing to a system where electric vehicles are the leading trend. Additionally, Toyota's introduction of hydrogen engine technology is spontaneously interpreted as a feasible competitor to EVs. Though hydrogen fuel has a number of benefits, there are a few challenges that it could encounter. For instance, challenges with infrastructure and increased costs, thus hindering rapid diffusion. In spite of all these obstacles, Toyota is still confident in offering a broad range of vehicles to meet consumers' worldwide needs, which demonstrates its commitment. Through the development of both internal combustion engines and hybrid technologies, Toyota plans to offer solutions that can respond to the needs of different markets and the different preferences of customer groups. In navigating the transition towards electrification, Toyota must strike a balance between its traditional strengths in combustion engines and the emerging opportunities presented by EVs. As to whether Toyota's gamble on internal combustion and hydrogen technologies will pay off, that is something we will only find out with time, but it is clear that the company's capacity for adaptation and innovation will be key to its positioning in the electrified automobile world of tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, Remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Your opinions matter. Let us know your thoughts on the topic discussed in our comment section.